Hello everyone, thank you for watching. Today I'm going to be showing you how I got this glitter eye makeup, so if you want to know how I got this, please keep watching. To start off this look, I'm going to be going in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the color dark brown, and I'm just going to be outlining my brows with this and filling them in. Next, I'm going to be going in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow just to fill in my brows and darken them up a bit. Grabbing my Anastasia Beverly Hills Concealer, I'm going to go ahead and carve out my eyebrows. To prime my eyes, I'm going to be using my Too Faced Shadow Insurance. Since I am going to use glitter in this look, I am going to do my foundation after my eyes since I don't want a lot of glitter fallout. I'm also going to be applying tape at the corner of my eyes, that way I get a sharper line. For my eyes, I'm going to be using the Smashbox Shape Matters palette, and I'm going to be using the shade Bronze under the contour colors, and I am going to be using that as my transition color. To highlight my brow bone, I'm going to be using the shade Champagne. Taking the shade Sumatra and a smaller blending brush, I'm going to be applying this on the outer V's of my eyes. I'm making sure to not apply this color too heavily, as I do want to apply a darker shade over this. I am only applying this color to create more depth into my eye look and to make it easier to blend. To darken up the look, I'm going to be going in with the shade Aubergine, which is a darker plum color, and I am going to be applying this a little bit heavier right on the V's of my eyes over that brown color that we just applied. Now I'm just going to grab my blending brush and blend everything out with that same bronze color. Now I'm just going to go back in with both the brown and the plum color. I'm going to keep applying that to the outer V's of my eyes. When it comes to eyes, I tend to go back and forth since I do want to perfect it and I do want to make sure that they're blended out. So sometimes I will darken and sometimes I will lighten. Now I just grabbed a gold NYX eyeliner and applied it all over the lids of my eyes. This is going to just make a base for the glitter since I am applying a bronzier glitter. Now I'm just going to be going in with my Too Faced glitter. I'm not sure if this is available anymore, but I'm going to make sure to link one that is similar to this one. I'm going to be applying my Lit Cosmetics glitter glue all over my eyelid and on my brush. That way the glue can stick on. With glitter, you want to make sure to pat it on rather than rub it on since you don't want to get that much fallout on your face. Yeah, apparently I wasn't recording while I was finishing this up, but I didn't really do much after I kept going with the glitter. After I put on the glitter, I went in with Cocoa Bear, and I basically did it with the same blending brush that I used, the contour shade on the Smashbox palette, and then I just went all over here and here, and I applied my liner after I took the tape off, and I just have been darkening it up. I feel like with eye makeup though, you just keep going. I like applying lashes and lipstick last because it's like my last little, you know, like boom factor. I feel like everything changes with lashes and with some lipstick on. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened. But I'm just gonna go ahead and keep going with the look. To prime my face, I'm gonna be going in with my MAC oil-free lotion, and I'm gonna be applying this all over my face. I'm also going to be going in with my Dr. Brand's Pores No More, and I'm only going to be applying this in the spots where I feel like my pores are the most visible, which usually is my forehead and my nose. For foundation, I'm going to be applying my favorite foundation of all time, which is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and I'm going to be mixing that in with the Revlon Skin Lights just so that it creates a dewier finish. With a flat brush, I'm going to be mixing all of this together and painting it on my face and later going in with a beauty blender. Combo I mixed in my Smashbox Studio Skin in a darker color than this because for some reason I keep feeling like this is a little light, especially now that I'm starting to self-tan a little more. So I mixed both of these together, more of this obviously than of this. So I just mixed my regular pump with like half a pump of this, and then I mixed in a little bit of the Revlon Skin Lights, which is almost like a liquid highlighter, but it's not so sparkly, it's more like a sheen to it. But I like the way it makes my complexion look more dewy and like it's glowing. But yeah, it's one thing that I've been doing differently lately that I really like. To conceal my eyes, I'm going to be using my Marc Jacobs concealer. I'm just going to go ahead and start blending this in slightly with my fingers, and then I'm going to apply Max Light and Boost right over it, and this is going to be a yellow concealer that's going to help me brighten underneath my eyes. I wanted to go ahead and do both a cream and powder contour. So for my cream contour, I'm going to be going in with MAC Matchmaker Concealer in the color 7.5, and I'm going to be applying that at the hollows of my cheeks and the top of my forehead. Next, I'm going to be blending all that in with a flat Morphe brush. To set my under eyes, I'm going to be going in with my Marc Jacobs Instamark Light Filtering Contour Powder in the color Mirage Filter. With the same yellow shade, I'm just going to go ahead and set my nose and my chin, any place where I want to highlight. I'm going to be using a matte setting powder since I did use a dewier finish foundation, and I'm going to be using the Cover FX matte setting powder. Back in with my Smashbox Shape Matters palette, I'm going to be going back in with that bronzer shade that I used on my eyes, and I'm going to be using that to contour and bronze up my face. I prefer carving out my features with a cool tone bronzer, so I'm going to take this bronzer and with a smaller brush, I'm going to apply it right at the hollows of my cheeks. Taking a regular old makeup wedge, I'm going to go ahead and dip it into the Cover FX setting powder, and I'm going to create my little baking beard. I'm going to basically draw powder from the corner of my mouth to the top of my cheekbones, and this is going to help me create a sharper line for my contour. For my blush, I'm going to be using Milani's Bellissimo Bronze, and I'm going to be applying this right at the apples of my cheeks. To highlight, I'm going to be using my Old School MAC Soft and Gentle. I'm going to be applying this at the tip of my nose just to create a smaller effect, and then I'm going to be applying that right on my cheekbones. And after that, I'm going to be going over that with a damp beauty blender that I've sprayed with MAC Fix Plus. Spraying my beauty blender with MAC Fix Plus just helps the highlight become a little bit more natural. Since I wanted more of a dramatic cat eye effect, I went ahead and stacked lashes. Here I have stacked my 747 mediums and my wisp lashes. And I'm applying this with the dark Huda Lash Glue. In both the brown and purple shade, I'm going to be applying this right on my lower lash line. Adding a black eyeliner to your waterline is optional, but here I'm going to be using the Marc Jacobs eyeliner, and I'm doing this step just so that my eyes look deeper and darker. To get rid of my little baking beard, I'm going to go ahead and take a flat Real Techniques brush, and I'm going to buff all of that in. I'm also going to go ahead and blend out any harsh lines that I might have in my contour. I'm just going to go ahead and apply any mascara to blend out both my real and fake lashes. So this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoy it, and make sure to subscribe and put a big thumbs up. Thank you guys.